Hello again, everyone.
Hi, welcome back.
Yes, welcome back indeed. First of all, apologies for the lateness of this video.
I thought I'd be very selfless and get the plague and then
Indeed.
give it to you.
Yeah, we finally fell to COVID after almost 3 years.
Almost 3 years.
We were going to carry on recording, but we did a little bit and we were just snotboxing and it was not good.
Like I said, the first 3 days I was not in the mood to record anything.
No.
I was very, very much
So
ill.
we were
And
like,
same for you.
yeah, so we were like, we'll wait until we're both feeling 100% to do the next part and
Absolutely.
the journey of Elwag.
The last video was the husband tag.
Now we figured you'd all want to learn the story of the star of the show, Ghosty. Ghosty, come here. Come on, up, come.
Closer.
Come.
Closer. Oh,
Come on.
Come on.
Up.
Back. Good boy.
Whoa,
Good boy.
Jesus. For those of you who don't know, this is our Champagne Shepherd Ghost, hence the title Living with a Ghost.
You may be able to see a few photos of him scrolling across the screen now.
Power of editing.
This is our dog, Ghost.
And
He's
he
5
is-
years old.
And he is the star of the show.
You say he's a golden shepherd. I say he's a white Alsatian.
He's
It's
not white,
the
he's
same
gold.
breed.
Yeah, but he's not white, he's gold.
If you see baby photos of him,
Yeah,
he does look
pure
like a
white.
white Alsatian. He's very, very white and snowy.
Yeah.
But as he's gotten older, he's got a little bit more golden.
With a bigger attitude.
Yeah.
So, long story short, it starts during the pandemic. Oh my god, what are you doing?
There we go. There he is on screen. Beg. Beg. Good boy. Good boy. We're talking about you.
Yes.
Ghosty, lie down. Yes, you do a little spiral.
There
Good
we go.
boy.
Oh,
Good boy. He listened to me. Didn't listen to you. I'm the fun parent. Yeah, so you're saying
yeah.
origin story. How did we get Ghost?
we moved into this house in February of 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, in March 2020, the whole world decided to shut down. And
Unfortunately so, yeah.
I kind of got locked in our home for a year.
Yeah, that wasn't a fun time for you, was it?
No, it was not. So after a couple of months of decorating,
You did the living room, you did the dining room.
yeah, I started the kitchen.
We were going to do the garden, but then if you have a look at our garden, it's basically just slabs. There's literally nothing growing in our garden apart from weeds. But after a couple of months, you were getting a little bit bored. Because I was going to work every day, because even though you were on furlough, I still had to work because I've not got any medical conditions. I'm boring like that. Whereas you were stuck at home.
Yes.
Which, for the first month or so, it's great. Because you're like, I can do whatever I want. I'm getting paid to stay at home. And after that first month goes by, you're like, okay, now I'm bored now.
I was there. Well, before we moved in, one of my good friends lived here with his missus. And
We mentioned him in the previous video briefly,
yeah,
Josh.
Yes.
He convinced Ash to go out with me.
So
Best decision of his
that's
life.
twice we owe him.
Yeah.
So he lived here with his missus and they got a dog. And they were really good friends with the landlord at the time. So obviously we asked the landlord if we were allowed an animal as well. We were wanting to stay long term because we just left our small
Ow.
little flat. Serves you right for bringing a toy when we're trying to do a video.
He brought the toy, not me.
I know you want to play, but we're trying to record. You can chunt at me all you want.
He's like, please.
No, we're trying to record. Come lie down. So we asked the landlord, because we wanted to stay a long time, if we could have a dog. And she said yes. So I've had dogs all my life. This would be the first time where I'd own an animal where I wasn't living at home, so it was like solely my responsibility. So we decided that if we were going to get a dog, we'd get a small one to begin with. So we were thinking Yorkshire Terrier, we were thinking Westie, Jack Russell.
I was thinking like a medium-sized dog, so like a beagle, a corgi,
Yeah.
spaniel, that sort of thing.
Yeah, but we weren't considering a large dog for the first one we ever had.
Because they tend to be a lot more work, they're boisterous, a lot of
Yeah.
energy, they need a lot more space.
Yeah. Anyway, so I started calling up some local shelters, and it didn't occur to me that because we were in lockdown, animal shelters too were in lockdown, in the sense of Their argument was that they didn't want people to be adopting animals while everyone was stuck at home for when they had to go back to work and realise that they couldn't care for the animal.
I agree with this.
After realising that, we weren't going to be able to adopt, I decided to go on the internet and shop for dogs. Now, I don't agree with shopping for dogs. I fully, think of
you should get a rescue dog.
Yeah,
you should get a dog that needs a new.
Not only that, like
owner.
with dogs and breeding, you need to make sure they're a reputable breeder because dogs can have a lot of problems if you're not monitoring things correctly.
This is true.
So after scouring the internet for a little while, I found a beagle. And
I remember the beagle. He was an adorable little beagle.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, please can we have him?
Yeah. So I called the owner, and the owner said, you and one other person has shown interest, and that other person showed interest just before you did, and I've already arranged for them to come and see the dog. So if they show interest and they want the dog, unfortunately it will go to them. But obviously, if in a few days I contact you, it means that it didn't go well and they decided not to have him. So we waited a couple of days and we heard nothing, so we just assumed that the dog went to a new home,
Yeah, and that's fine, and good for him, because like I said, he deserves a new home because he's adorable.
Yeah. So we actually got to the point where we were thinking, okay, we're going to have to wait until things return to normal,
This is still 2020 though, so we're still like in the main first wave or second wave of COVID, so right in the middle of it.
So we were like, we're just going to have to wait. And we were like, yeah, fair enough. That gives us time to consider more what we want and blah, blah, blah. Fast forward a few more weeks, and one of my good friends, Adam, puts a post on Facebook. And basically, saying that they had a German Shepherd that they wanted, they had to rehome. And we, like I said, we were looking for a dog. It wasn't what we were intending. I've never had German Shepherds before. I've only had Retrievers. And
my auntie and uncle have had Shepherds before, but I've never owned one.
But I know that they're highly intelligent. They need a lot of stimulation.
You booped that. Anyway, so they need a lot of stimulation.
So I took the picture and I sent it to Finn, and when I found a dog, it's not what we were looking for. But
and I completely ignored him then, and literally my brain just blinked to, look how adorable he looks! Look at the little handkerchief! He's wearing it, he's smiling! Look, he's smiling! He's smiling, I can't say no to him. He looks so adorable. Literally, I just drowned out what he was saying. I was like, yes, I want him.
So, my friend didn't own the dog. He was asking for a friend who had to rehome him.
A friend of a friend, basically.
Yeah.
Is where it goes from.
I messaged the owner, and luckily my friend who did the post did put in a good word for us automatically. And I just said, look, me and my husband have been looking for a dog. We're interested. He had a lot of offers for Ghost from friends.
I mean, just look at him. He's gorgeous.
Yeah. While they knew if he went to a shelter, he would be snapped up instantly once the world returned to normal.
Yeah.
They'd had him from a pup, and they wanted him to preferably go to someone where they knew that they could keep in contact.
Well, that wasn't necessarily the thing to start off with. That was just a bonus, really.
No, it was.
They wanted Ghost to go with somebody that they knew and they trusted.
Yeah.
They didn't want to go with some stranger.
Yeah.
Because obviously the stranger would probably want to change his name, change everything about him, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And Ghost is still here. The show's about me, Dad.
I know, but you're hard work enough.
Okay.
So, I messaged the owner and said, look, me and my husband have been looking for a dog for a couple of months. I'd explained the history of, that I'd had dogs in the past. And
you had a Labrador before Ghost, didn't you?
I've had 3.
You've had 3 Labradors. I've only met one of them.
Yeah.
Unfortunately no longer with us, but you absolutely adored Lola, didn't you?
Yeah, she was my baby, she was.
There's a picture up here. But you absolutely adored Lola.
Yeah, she was 14.
I didn't realise that.
She was 14 when she
was an old
passed.
girl, wasn't she? But she was adorable. She always wanted pets.
Yeah.
Her breath stank a little bit. But
she was old.
But she was old, yeah. But she just wanted love and affection whenever you were around her.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. So when she unfortunately passed, it's probably one of the first times I've seen Ash absolutely bawl his eyes out.
Yeah, I was demoed because she'd got very, very poorly very, very quickly. The vets told me that she'd got problems with her kidneys and they were shutting down, and she was passing blood. And they said that they could give her an op, they said they could give her meds, but because of her rage, they just said, honestly, I think this humane thing would be to let her go.
It absolutely destroyed you, didn't it?
Yeah, and this is like, all you pet owners out there should promise one thing, because I made Finn promise me this before we had animals. I said that you have to be strong enough when the vets tell you that it's their time, that you're not selfish to not let them go.
Every dog is different and every situation is different.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's ever going to be ready.
No, but when the vet says like they're in pain, they've not got a quality of life, you know, you have to put them first.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
And that's what I did with Lola.
But anyway, so you said to the original owners,
so
you're like, I've had dogs before in the past.
Yeah. And instantly, pretty much he said to me, like, I pretty much know that I want to give the dog to you. And the reason for that was that he got a lot of offers for him, but there were all his friends that were like, oh, I'll take him.
A lot of his friends had the same kind of same kind of reaction that I had, which is like, oh my god, he's cute and amazing, I want him.
Yeah.
But not asking the right questions.
Yes. Whereas I was going, how old is he? Has he got any medical problems? And I was the only one that asked, I need to know why you're rehoming him. Because if there's behavioural problems, he's not for us.
We need to know why you're giving him up.
And the story for that is, I don't want to go into too much detail because it's private, but basically, through no fault of their own, they had to move home. And they'd already got one dog, and basically they were told that they had to give one dog up.
Just a side note, Ghost has a brother named Leo. He's a little staffy bull terrier.
Yeah.
And he's adorable. I've not seen him in person, but I've seen photos. He's adorable.
And they'd had Leo a lot longer than they'd had Ghost, so it wasn't fair. They made the decision, we have to keep the dog we've had the longest.
Yeah.
And obviously rehoming Leo and him adjusting would have been a lot harder than a younger dog. People don't know this about dogs. Dogs are very, very shallow. And as long as they get... No, they are. Dogs, as long as they get... This is why they're able to be... Most of them are able to be rehomed. Because as long as they're getting their needs met...
I get what you're saying, because whenever we have guests over, we get ditched.
Yeah.
He ends up in their bed.
Yeah.
Like, not in our bed, he ends up in their bed.
Yeah. But yeah, so he said to me, even though I don't know you, one, your friend has put in a very good word for you, and two, all of my friends are like, oh, I'll take him, I'll have him. I was the only one that was asking medical history. Has he got anything that we need to know about? Any behavioural problems? Is he potty trained? How is he with people? How is he with other animals?
Then again, he was 4 when we got him.
Yeah, he was 4.
He was 4 years old, so he's well past that potty training stage.
Dogs can have like continence problems and stuff like that. So I was asking.
It was a good thing you asked, yeah.
And because I asked those questions, Brad was like, I want him to go to you because you're obviously you're going to be responsible and you're going to care for him. Shoot to, I think we had to wait 3 weeks. I
don't know how long it was.
I think it was 3 weeks when we said that we'd take him, and then because they had to bring him to us after 3 weeks, Brad brought him down. He got another owner called Mel, which is Brad's partner. But Mel couldn't. She said like Brad had to take him to the car and do it because she would devastate. The horrible thing is they didn't want to give Ghost up through no fault of their own.
Yeah, they weren't giving up Ghost because they were bored of him or,
or he was a bad dog. Yeah,
they gave him up because they had no other choice.
Yeah, so
which is really, really sad.
Yeah, so she didn't come with to meet because not because she didn't want to, but she just said to me like I couldn't say goodbye to him. Like you know. So Brad brought him to me. Finn was working at the time, so I spent the afternoon with him, which was probably good because I wanted him like to meet me first, learn his surroundings.
I think it's pretty fair to say, as I mentioned earlier on, I'm the fun parent.
Yeah. And
then all the serious stuff goes to him.
Yeah, like medicine,
walking him.
Yeah.
Picking up after him. Whereas I do the playtime bit, I feed him, I have cuddles and pet him.
Mm-hmm. I have to do all the responsible stuff.
I take him out for a wee in the mornings though, when he gets up at 4 in the fucking morning. I'll take him out for a wee.
That's what you get for being the good one, because then he goes to you, he doesn't bother me in the night.
He doesn't. That's the thing I've noticed, like, if he wants to go for a wee in the middle of the night, I just see him go behind the screen. He will go to the side of my bed and go, and give it like a whine and stuff like that. Hello, Ghosty.
Showing everyone your favourite toy.
That's your favourite, isn't it? Yeah? Want to play with everyone at home? Yeah. He's like, playing with me. Why aren't you playing with me?
He hates when we do videos. Oh, God.
He hates when we're doing videos and we're not paying attention to him.
Yeah.
When he came over, I was obviously still at work because
Yeah.
you were still at home because you're on furlough.
Yeah.
So he settled in with you.
Yeah, Brad stayed with me for about an hour, handed over like the paperwork and stuff like that. And I said to Brad, look, if you want to sneak out so he doesn't, I took him in the back room and gave him a scoop of his food, and then he ate in the kitchen while Brad left.
Yeah, Brad could have gone like by Ghost and then walked out.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be fair.
Ghost would probably try and follow him.
Yeah.
As well. So he snuck out the back way whilst you were having food, weren't you?
Yeah.
Weren't you?
So then Finn came home.
And I was expecting to hear like Ghost go, "Roar, roar," and then
you?
you'd be in the living room. But I came home, there was no Ash, there was no Ghost.
No.
I came home to a completely empty house. I'm like, where the fuck is he? Our front door has a ding on it, so it must have been like a shop in the previous life or something like that.
It's a security thing.
Wait, hold on. I've just noticed something super cute that's happened whilst I've been editing this particular scene. Just look what happens to Ghosts when I play this clip. The front door has a ding on it, so it must have been like a shop. Isn't that the cutest? Oh my god! Okay, back to the video. It might have been a security thing. But as soon as the door shut and dinged, then I heard, "Arr! Arr!" And then Ghost came running up to the living room and was like, "Who are you? Who are you?" And I was like, "Oh my god, you're so cute!" And he had a neckerchief on, and it was the most adorable thing in the world, and I love him so much. But yeah, no, he absolutely loved me. And I absolutely love you. Yes, I do.
Yeah, and the first night was hard. We put his bed at the bottom of ours, but he just cried because he didn't know where he was and all this sort of thing.
Usual stuff, I think, as well.
Yeah, so we were like, come on then.
It was a funny thing because before we had him, Ash was like trying to put down the law and be like, when we had the dog, he's not allowed on the furniture, he's not allowed on the bed, he's not allowed on the sofa.
We spent over $2,000 on our sofa, so I was like, no, we're not fucking ruining it with dog hair.
And by day one, come on, you can come on the bed if you want to, because you're whining.
He was proper sobbing, bless him. So we were like, come on then, you can come for a cuddle. And and now because of that, he has a bit of a nightly routine where we'll go to bed. Usually, not always, but usually he'll jump on the bed, he'll crawl between the pair of us.
Yeah, he's a massive cock block sometimes.
That implies you think you're getting some, and usually
the
answer is no.
No, not necessarily that. Like, if I want to go over and cuddle my husband or something, because that's part of my nightly routine, the ghost will be like, oh, we're having a cuddle. I'll come on too. And like jump in between of us, and I'm like, okay, fine, I'll cuddle the dog for a second.
So normally, he'll come on the bed, he'll snooze for an hour, and we'll know he's snoozing because he does this thing that we call tippy tapping.
Oh, yeah, I love a tippy tapping.
Yeah. So, as most people know, when dogs dream, their legs tend to move.
He's chasing rabbits in his dreams.
Yeah. We'll know he's dreaming because we'll feel him little kicks.
Yeah.
And then after about an hour, he'll go, okay, I've had enough now. And then he'll go spend the rest of the night either in his bed or sleep in the hallway.
Oh, we forgot to mention as well, the Ghost's original owner, we're still like in touch with them. Yeah. They're still like we're really close friends. I hadn't actually met any of the Ghost's original owners for a very long time. Until I think it was Adam's wedding, where he was marrying Danny, and they were invited. We didn't know they were invited at all. I went to the bar at one point, and Mel got up, Mel being Ghost's mum, got up and was like, oh, hi Ashley, like really, really shy, like really quiet for that. I completely ignored her and went straight to the bar. But then I noticed that Brad was right behind her. I was like, oh, hi Brad, completely ignoring Mel. I feel really bad about it now. Completely ignoring Mel and went straight to Brad and was like, oh, Brad, hi, what are you doing here?
In fairness, though, if you've seen Brad, it's very easy to get distracted, but he's a very pretty man.
I mean, yeah. But yeah, no, like I said, me, like us, Brad and Mel are lovely people. Yeah. And I'm so glad that like we're still in touch with them.
At the end of the day, I messaged you the other day and I was like, in a weird way, we're family because, you know, you gave us Ghost and Ghost gave us a family. And
that's the thing is like, even though obviously they've had to give up Ghost and give him to us, we didn't want to like shut the door on them and be like, bye, get out of our lives.
We did initially, but not for being horrible.
It was more to get Ghost used to us.
She wanted to know how he was like pretty much straight away. But I was like, look, if you show up too quickly, it's going to confuse Ghost.
No, I get that. It was more the fact that she's just given away like one of her children, effectively. She wanted to know how he's getting on and that sort of thing, and do like a like the motherly thing that everyone does with their dogs.
Yeah. But I said, look, we need to give it. I was like, it needs to be at least a year. We need to give it time for Ghost to get settled, to realise that this is his home. And then if in time I think it's appropriate, then yeah, by all means.
Ghost has a TikTok, by the way, Ghost and Company. The links will be down below. There's a TikTok. This is actually probably the most popular TikToks on his page, which is we filmed him meeting or reuniting with his original parents.
So please click that link after this video, because then you'll get more of the story.
20 minutes between him being dropped off and then him seeing them again, and it's the best reaction ever. It's so adorable. But yeah, the links for that will be down in the description down below.
Thank you
as
for
is
joining
most
us.
of our social medias, including our Discord and our Spotify, as well as even our Twitch channel.
But yeah, so that's pretty much Ghost's origin story.
If you have any more questions about Ghost or dogs in general, please let us know in the comments down below.
Yeah, people come and go. A dog's love's eternal.
This is true.
Join our Discord. Send us pictures of your furry friends.
Yeah, give them a scratch from us if they've got fur.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.